Sup nerds, I'm CuppaJoey and welcome back to another episode of r/Frick You Karen. Throughout this pandemic, the Karens have been out in full-fledged swinging battle axe glory. And this subreddit has been absolutely thriving because of it, so let's have a look at what they've been up to. Male Karen in the supermarket berates cashier because Donald Trump says I can say whatever I want. I was just in the supermarket and I witnessed a male Karen at the checkout berating a cashier. Apparently he had gone to return some items but was an a-hole from the start. Doesn't sound like a Karen, my goodness. The cashier obviously was patient, but he wasn't cooperating and said he would file a fraud charge with his bank. Finally, she told him he didn't have to be so rude, and he replied, "Donald Trump says I can say whatever I want." I literally laughed out loud and screamed, "Whatever, Karen," on his way out. I definitely believe this. The only part of this story that I don't really believe is that I literally laughed out loud and screamed "whatever, Karen" on his way out. Like, I don't think that that's something that you would scream. Like, it sounds more like something you would, like, nudge and say to your friend, or maybe say when they're out of earshot. I mean, actually, having said that, I have been a little bit bolshy, but, you know, even if I am confronting someone, you know, you say it to them, and you say it, you don't scream it, you know? So, I don't know, but, like, the whole Donald Trump says I can say whatever I want, and then, like, he had to leave, you know? Oh God! I mean, I do definitely believe that people will use him as an excuse to do stupid things because they were using him as an excuse to drink bleach. So, you know, welcome to 2020. This is America. Big wedding announcements. I've noticed a lot of you who have RSVP'd have not sent a gift or signed up for my registry. That's pathetic and sad after all I've given others at their weddings. Don't even show up without a gift. I've spent my life savings on this wedding and it's disrespectful AF to not give a gift. You have 1 week to send a gift or I'm taking you off the guest list. If you need my address, PM me. Yeah, it's pretty standard entitled Karen. I mentioned a few times, but you know what? I don't know in what timeline people are going to be watching this, whether it's 10 years in the future and I finally completed my final form transformation into the gelatinous cube I always was. I mean, I'm pretty much halfway there now. But I have mentioned that I'm getting married. If not one single person turned up with a gift, you know, I'd be fine with that. I would be more than happy to just have the presence of my loved ones there to celebrate my love, you know, like, that's the whole point of a wedding. I don't want any fancy gifts. But, this post, okay, the entitlement was noticed. As you can see, there's only, like, 4 thumbs up. Normally with this sort of thing, you'd see, like, 1,000 comments of people being like, delete me then, loser, you know, but no, they posted this around, and oh boy, it got noticed. This is what she said afterwards. "I was just listening to your station and heard you guys talking crap about me and reading my Facebook post. I did not give you a-holes permission to expose my life for some cheap laughs. You made me sound like a monster to the world. I demand to be compensated for you using my likeness for your benefit, and I demand you never read it again. You guys are pathetic and disgusting humans." Oh, wow. Yes, Karen, again, perfect response. If you don't want people to think that you are just some money-grabbing arse that doesn't actually care about your friends or family and just wants them for the gifts, then the best thing to do is to threaten to sue someone if they don't give you money for talking crap about it. Oh no, is she gonna sue me because I'm talking about this on my... No, Karen, leave me alone. Oh boy, if you don't want to sound like a money grabbing monster that doesn't give a crap about your friends, then don't act like one. Walmart, what is your reasoning in areas of low plague rates? And what if medically someone could not wear one? You do understand the invasion of constitutional rights that you are doing? Sabrina, the majority of our stores are in areas struggling with the plague. If you cannot wear a mask, then you can still shop on our website. We have other rules that may invade your constitutional rights, like the rule against licking fruit and putting it back. Was the rude comment needed? Similar to a mask when you shop at our stores, the rude comment is needed, yes. Oh, it is not a good day when you are siding with Walmart. It's like when frickin' Piers Morgan was making sense, saying, oh, like, all you need to do is stay inside, it's not that hard. And we're thinking, oh, God, yeah, I mean, no, like, you're not the people that I'm normally agreeing with, but for God's sake. That's the thing, is that I do feel like it is all of us against the plague. You know, it shouldn't be maskers versus anti-maskers. It should be all of us against the plague. And unfortunately, the anti-maskers don't even believe in the freaking plague. So, you know, or they do believe in it, but they just think that they're immune due to, you know, speaking to the plague's manager and making sure that it doesn't affect their poor precious baby or whatever. I don't know. Seriously arguing with Walmart on Facebook? Oh, God. And the fact that more people are liking Sabrina's comments as well, that's sketchy. Do not go here. This establishment does not protect elderly patrons or allow police to see videotape when someone is assaulted in their establishment. The manager knows who attacked our friend and is protecting them. This occurred in front of families with kids. Apparently, it is okay to punch old people in the face when you disagree with them. And it is okay for this establishment to protect the 20-year-old males that did it. By withholding the video, you were guilty hiding the truth. Shame on you. Person left a compliment for Karen's review of Twin Peaks. By the way, I love Twin Peaks. It's an amazing program. You know, if anybody's seen Twin Peaks, I want to see my Twin Peaks fans here. Okay, moving on. Maybe you should get your facts straight before commenting, because you know nothing of what happened. Maybe he wouldn't have gotten punched if he didn't put his hands on the other guy first, or if he had left when he was asked politely to leave by the manager. So essentially what happened is this old dude came into this establishment, caused some trouble, was asked to leave, wouldn't leave. Because he was asked to leave, he then hit one of the workers there and was then hit back, and then decided to complain about it on the... I've noticed this a few times as well with Karens, but especially like older people like this guy, this old Karen, or like essentially a lot of boomers, you know, like Karens can be any gender, but they are normally white people of a certain age. I have seen younger Karens though. And there seems to be this whole idea that when you get to a certain age, you can just go around and do what you want and people won't care because, oh, well, they're old, they were born in a different time, they're allowed to do anything, they're just some sweet, harmless old person, you wouldn't attack back. And I absolutely love seeing them get hit back. I mean, this is just a story, but I've seen that one video of the racist Karen who then got slapped in the face. That was beautiful. And then there's also that other one where she was just slapping this huge dude who then, you know, slapped her back, which, to be fair, she was slapping him, he was defending himself. Just because somebody's smaller or more frail does not mean that they are allowed to assault or hurt you, and that is what this guy clearly thought and was outraged, and it didn't go well. I mean, why would you just, you know, tell on yourself like this? He's just embarrassing himself. Karen doesn't recommend no Karens allowed veterinary centre. They could improve by seeing a severely injured dog or cat immediately instead of waiting in line while the dog is bleeding in the car. They claimed it was about the mask, but I had one in the car and I would have put it on. I said the F word as I was frightened my little Katie would die if not seen immediately. It just came out, so I had to apologise before he would even see Katie, who needed to stay overnight. In a few days, I received a letter stating he would no longer treat my dogs and cats and to find another veterinarian. But we've been seeing these vets since the early 90s when we first moved here and spent tons of money on expensive cancer treatments and other things. Yes, I will find another vet, but I consider this inexcusable. Who among all of you hadn't said the F word or something similar under great distress and fear? I don't know who among you is religious, but I sure doubt any God or Jesus would condemn someone for saying the F word. I cannot possibly recommend them any more as they have no compassion or understanding. Oh, this will never be published as they will go through everything and take out anything they would deem unsuitable, but they should be ashamed of themselves. Okay, I can kind of understand why. Okay, so first of all, being abusive to vets is never okay. Okay, I'm gonna just take this story at face value. let's say that she was waiting and she was just panicking because her dog, or yeah, it was a dog. Yeah, her dog was really unwell. Like, let's say that she was genuinely panicking and she just went, oh, for frick's sake, but, said a bad F word. And it just came out. I don't think that would be a problem. I think that there must be something else. I think that there must have been a lot of abuse or harassment or anything else going along with that in order to, make this believable. But even so, vets don't deserve, abuse, especially when they're trying to, save the life of someone's animal. And, they have a difficult job as well. They got to put animals down. They got to give animal owners bad news. It's going to be pretty tricky. Yeah, and if the whole point was that you were wearing a mask, then the fact that your dog wasn't seen sooner is 100% your fault, Karen, not the vets. They've got to look after themselves just as much as they've got to look after your little pooch. And yeah, if you go around verbally abusing vets, then they're going to cut off your service. And you can't go, well, we've spent tons of money on cancer treatments. If your pet got cancer, you're going to need to spend money on treatments anyway. I mean, that's part of it. Karen, the cashier physically assaulted me. Manager. Okay, let's check the CCTV footage. Karen. Oh my god, I hear so many things like this. It's always like either they assaulted me, like that actually happened recently. I don't know if any of you saw that clip where there was the like Karen trying to get into, I think it was freaking Applebee's or something. It was some low-end restaurant and she like tried to attack like one of the workers there, who then shoved her away, and then she like tried to pull this whole thing about how she was like manhandled by the employee. Luckily there were loads of witnesses who basically said that she was talking crap, and it's such a common thing. So this is from the official Facebook page for the city of Tuscaloosa. I apologise if I'm pronouncing that wrong. We have heard your complaints about the mandated face mask requirements in businesses around the city. We wouldn't want you to think we aren't listening, so we'd like to formally make an official statement regarding the city's stance on the issue. We literally do not care what you think. Thanks. Oh, I wish more places would say that. I wish more places would just straight up be like, shut up, piss off, I mean, you see so many Karens just like basically being rewarded for bad behaviour, like the kind of, oh, we can just settle customer relations if we say sorry, give them a discount on something or a coupon and then tell them to go away. But yeah, when it's a matter of like public worldwide safety, like I think that we're more than entitled to be a little bit, a little bit rude, just a tinsy bit. It's just a bit cheeky, a bit tongue in cheek, But unsurprisingly, Karen didn't like that. Pretty tacky city of Tuscaloosa. I'll remember that when I choose where to spend my money. You won't be spending your money here anyways if you don't wear a mask, Karen. That's a good point. Thank you, OP, for circling that in blue, because I wouldn't have read that in the natural progression that it, appears if it wasn't for the fact that you drew a great big blue circle around it. Yeah, this reminds me of the other Karen. It's like, why do you think that your money is worth so much? I mean, yeah, I get that, if you have, 1,000 people spending £2 in a shop, you've made 2,000, and every little does help. But they seem to think that they are like they are like the big cheese. They are the big cheese that can make or break this business, or apparently the whole freaking city of Tuscaloosa. Come on, Karen, you're not that powerful. Well, that's it for this episode of r/FrickYouKaren. I honestly find this subreddit a little bit difficult to navigate because some of it is just like ragging on people for their hairstyle, and it's like, if there's a Karen hairstyle, does it really hurt anyone? I want to see the proper full-fledged acts of entitlement. And remember, folks, if you would like to become part of the T-Set, then all you need to do is hit that subscribe button, and if you'd like to help me out, then giving it a little like helps as well. If you'd like to help me out even further, then you can join my Patreon for as low as £2 a month. Details of what you can unlock are available there. As always, as I say at the end of every episode, if you would like to see me cover any other subreddit, or if there's anything that you'd like me to investigate, or any games that you'd like me to play or check out, then go ahead and pop your suggestions in the comments. I really love hearing from you folks. I really do appreciate it. And until then, I'll see you all next time.